Today's first video for you is it seems that Jawar Mohammed, Oromo politician, newly elected vice chairman of Oromo Federalist Congress, has departed Ethiopia. Where is he going? Will he travel to the US where his family is? Will he return to Ethiopia? Is it a new phase in the political career of this Oromo politician? Secondly, we have a new story about General Berhanu Jula's interview. Ethiopian Field Marshal, Chief of Army Staff, was interviewed by a journalist. Massive McConnell did a video on that. One part of his interview remained uncovered. He talked about Eritrean military. He talked about Tigray and Eritrean military. Why isn't Tigray Defense Force attacking Eritrean military? He talked about that. And lastly, several viewers contacted me. They say, Sajid, TDF is about to launch a military offensive on Humera, Welkait, Sagade, Western Tigray. Preparations have been made. It's about to start. Why aren't you speaking about that? Don't you have any intelligence from the ground? What's your take? We'll try to have a look at these queries about a likely TDF offensive on Humera, Welkait and Sagade. Firstly, viewers, it is being said that Jawar Mohammed, Oromo politician, newly elected vice president of Oromo Opposition Party, Oromo Federalist Congress, has departed Ethiopia. Reportedly, he is traveling to Saudi Arabia. Why is he going there? He is going to Saudi Arabia to perform Umrah. Umrah worship is performed by Muslims throughout the year, but some Muslims prefer to do it in Ramadan, holy month of Ramadan. And these days, this holy month of fasting of Ramadan is underway. So he is traveling to Saudi Arabia to perform Umrah. Question is, what will he do after that? Where will he go from Saudi Arabia? Will he return to Ethiopia or will he travel to the US? Reportedly, some say that on his passport, Schengen and UK visas are stamped. So, will he travel to Europe? Then what will happen after that? So, let's see. One thing which we want to say is that a few months ago we were talking about Jawar's passport, that he was complaining that more than 2 years ago he abandoned his US passport, but Ethiopian government was not issuing Ethiopian passport. Now it seems that he has been issued a passport. Is he traveling on Ethiopian passport? It seems so. No confirmation so far. Definitely a new phase of Jawar's political career has started, it seems. He led a movement against EPRDF government. The government was removed. He led Kiros, Oromo Kiros. No doubt about it. He played a key role in the removal of EPRDF government. Then came PM Abiy. Hachalo was murdered in June 2020. Protests erupted. Jawar was put in prison for more than a year. He remained in prison. His party boycotted last year's general election. Then at the start of this year, in January, he was released. Since his release, he has been largely silent. We haven't seen him issue very strong statements. He is known for fiery speeches. He's been very vocal politically about his ideas in the past before PM Abiy came to office. But after his release, he went quiet. And we were discussing that this silence could be a result of a deal. Now, let's see what will happen now. Will he start a new political career from abroad? Will he return to Ethiopia? Several questions. I think we'll be able to find answers to these questions in coming days. Both Skandar and Jawar, it seems, are out of Ethiopia. Second news story is about General Berhanu Jula's interview. Ethiopian Army Chief Field Marshal was interviewed by Ethiopian Media Services EMS, newly established YouTube channel. A satellite channel by this name is also in the making. Funds are being raised. He was interviewed by Messi McConan, a journalist. He talked about Eritrean military too. He said, Tigray says that Eritrean military is weak. Why isn't Tigray attacking Eritrean army then? So he made fun of Tigray's claim that Eritrean military has been weakened because of the conflict in Tigray, which started in November 2020. Well, Tigray has been attacking Eritrean military, which is in Western Tigray. We have seen clashes near Badme as well. Things have not gone completely quiet along border areas, but TDF has not been able to take back Humera, Welkait, Sagad. They will have to acknowledge that TDF has been trying to take back Western Tigray. If TDF can manage to reach close to Debre Birhan, why wouldn't it like to take back Welkait, Sagade? Definitely tried. It tried a lot, but it could not retake this area. Eritrean military is deployed. Some will say, Sajid, you keep on saying that Eritrean military is deployed to Western Tigray. Do you have any evidence? I say just Google. You will find lots of news stories done by international news sources who have shared pictures from the ground about deployment of Eritrean army. Some journalists reportedly went on the ground and they confirmed that Eritrean military, its vehicles were seen in Humera. And one of the reasons behind Tigray's failed attempts to take back Western Tigray is the deployment of Eritrean army. Apart from Eritrean army, now there are deployments of other forces too. Fano, Amhara Special Force, Amhara Regional Force, Ethiopian National Defense Force. This part of Ethiopia is heavily guarded. Different forces have been deployed in large numbers in this area. So, Eritrean army is not weak. We can't say that Eritrean army has been considerably weakened. I have been saying that for months. My consistent position, it has been that the war did not considerably weaken Eritrean army. That is why we are seeing that there is nothing happening in Eritrea, no signs of any coup, no signs of any change in Eritrea, and Eritrean military is still deployed. Badme is under Eritrean control. We know that TDF could not retake Badme. So yes, Eritrean military has not been weakened. At the same time, Tigray is also rebuilding its army. Tigray is raising an army now. It wants Tigray Defense Force to be a full-fledged army. Last news story is about some queries shared by some viewers. They say, Sajid, you aren't speaking about some ongoing developments. TDF is all set to open a corridor with Sudan. It is about to start a military offensive on Humera, Welkait, Sagade. Why aren't you speaking about that? Well, preparations are there. We have been updating you about preparations that on Sudan side of the border, Sudan Ethiopia border, and on Shire side of the area, there has been seen large scale deployments. Trainings are underway. TDF is trying to deploy as many of its troops as possible. I reported about General Migwe, who was seen on this front. General Varad, General Sadkan, they have also been reportedly seen on this front. So preparations are there, no doubt about that. And General Varad, General Sadkan, they have been heard saying that they are waiting for the outcome of talks. Tigray government has been saying that it's waiting to see the outcome of the truce. If there is no progress, definitely military option is there. So it's not a secret that Tigray has made preparations. Question is, when will the military offensive start? It will start after Tigray believes that now there is no hope of any peaceful solution to this conflict. Has this moment arrived? I am not in a position to say for sure that Tigray is about to launch a military offensive to take back Humera, Welkait, Sagade. I can only confirm that preparations are there. Things are moving in the right direction regarding the truce as well. We're seeing that TDF is withdrawing, gradually withdrawing from afar. It has withdrawn from Arabati, from Magale. Then last night I reported about Kanaba, Berhale as well. So gradually TDF is withdrawing from afar. Secondly, we know that delivery of aid to Tigray is improving. Another convoy of more than 70 trucks is on its way from Samra to Makale. So truce is working a little, though hopes are not very high. But we cannot say that truce has completely collapsed. So let's see, we'll have to wait a little. I have no such credible information from the ground that in coming hours a military offensive on Humera, Welkait, Sagade is about to start. But it will happen if there is no solution to the core issue. Core issue is that TDF wants a corridor with Sudan. Tigray does not want to be under a siege forever. If there is no corridor, Tigray will always be under a siege. It will be surrounded by those regions, those forces, those countries which are hostile towards Tigray. So Tigray wants a corridor. It will try its best to open this corridor. When will it start the military offensive? That remains to be seen. Thank you for watching.